Hello, I want to talk about today the riot that took place in 2011 when Mark Duggan, a drug dealer who was known to be a drug dealer, got shot. Now, as a result of this criminal being shot, we experienced the worst riots in British history. It became so bad that it was like setting fire to a fox's tail. One area started the riot, then it moved to Manchester, then it moved to Wolverhampton, then it moved to London. I'm sure it travelled even across the world. I've never seen the black people so angry in my life. But it was not just superficial anger that was involved, but also opportunity, where you had all the low lives, the thieves, the rapists, the thugs, even single mothers who went out there with the babies under their arm stealing. They kicked down shops, and one family business, I think it was owned by brothers, a furniture store, was going for over 100 years. They set fire to it, devastating the whole of the factory. I think it was a factory, devastating it, put it out of business. It's all burnt down to a cinder. And what is interesting is that whenever there is vile and filth in the black community, the worst kind of rats and sewers come out and protest against the police. The worst kind of thuggery, the worst kind of filthy single mothers come out and defend these black thugs. Hence, we end up with a culture where black people defend black criminals. And this has been going on for a while. It's a complicated structure. What happened was, first of all, you had them and us, blacks against the police during the 70s, 60s and 50s. If a police arrested a black person, at that time it was normal to put up resistance against the police, because the police were, as it were, targeting the black male. However, most of us are married to white people. Most of us are. And if we're not married to white people, we don't support black business. We refuse to support black business. We kill black people. And yet, even the state of our condition, we saw it fit to riot protecting a black thug. In other words, we will protect rapists, we will protect drug dealers, we will protect deadbeat fathers, we will take to the streets and burn down people's houses, burn down people's businesses, looting and robbing to protect black criminals. When the black church where a white racist went in and shot dead 9 black people, not niggers, black people, there was no riots to be seen. No black people were angry. The same as Stephen Lawrence. When Stephen Lawrence got murdered by white racist, it was white people. Stephen Lawrence was a decent black male who was studying, I think it was architect. He was studying architect. Only white people were protesting, there was no black people. When Dammy Taylor, Dammy Taylor, I think, another black guy, decent black guy, Nigerian, got killed, no black person protested. The only time you see black people protesting is when it comes to black rapists, black criminals, black drug dealers, black thugs, and we get everybody in the community, even the church, that all of a sudden feel the need to take to the streets like savages, like monkeys, like wild gorillas, defending this filthy black culture. And you wonder why we have the state of mind that we do. When you start to call evil good and good evil, it's no wonder that the black community has become a cesspool of sexual immorality, filth, and negative thinking. We have created that by supporting a criminal culture. Black people have nothing to say when it comes to decent black people who have lost their lives to racists. Black people are quiet. You look at the pattern. Every riot that has taken place in Britain and America, you can guarantee it's always over black thugs, black criminals. That's the only time you see black people using their energy. That's the only time you see black people exerting themselves into action. Not to read a book, not to study business, not to study physics or science, but to protect black criminals, to protect black thugs. What does that tell us about black people? Don't forget the black church. Only last 3 years, 2-3 years, a white racist went in and shot dead 9 black people. If that had happened to the LGBT, all white women, the whole community would be up in arms. Black people remain silent, remain quiet. When Stephen Lawrence was murdered, it was embarrassing. It was white people, white socialists, that were out there protesting. There wasn't one black face. Obviously, his own family is going to have their own mini protest, but there was no black people. I'm not justifying this. There was no rioting, no looting, no nothing. What are black people trying to say? What are we trying to tell white people? Action speaks louder than words. It's all being well speaking black power. It's all being well talking black unity. Action speaks louder than words. And the only time you see black people exert themselves, or seem to stimulate, or become awakened, almost like a vampire, rejuvenated after biting their necks, drawing blood, we seem to get turned on by evil, by violence. There's serious blood sucking going on in the black culture, in the black community. We come alive at night, at midnight, baring our teeth. And in the daytime, we sleep. After doing too much evil at night, robbing people's houses, thieving and stealing. And in the daytime, we sleep, like vampires do. What are we trying to tell white people? Any white person who's honest only has to look at the black community to see it for what it really is, to see us for what we really stand for. We as black people, we're dirty. We are immoral and we're vile. To defend drug dealers that sell drugs to our children, that peddle their drugs outside school, yeah, we're going to riot for those type of people. Do you not object to having drug dealers near your children? That's who you're rioting over. That's who you're defending. That's who you're fighting for. But that's black people. That's how we've reduced ourselves to a low level. It's a sickening state. It really is. To riot, burn down people's businesses, loot and rob and set fire to places just because a drug dealer who shouldn't be doing what he was doing got shot. But you don't do it for decent black people.
It was on Monday the 8th of August 2011 that Britain's superstructure collapsed. By midnight, it was clear that the police and the government had lost control. For one night at least, delinquent anarchy had proved more powerful than fellowship and bureaucracy. On Monday afternoon, with shops boarded up, it was clear that all London needed to explode was a spark. And this was it. At the Narrows at the end of Mare Street in Hackney, 3 police vans swerved to a stop. About 10 policemen rushed 2 men. A crowd quickly formed, excited themselves and freaking out the police. Soon there were 2 groups and bricks were being thrown. A gridlock of cop cars and rioters grew beneath the bridge, and soon there was a running battle up Mare Street. The crowd was split into 2, half of whom were chased up Morning Lane, where they broke into Tesco's. "Missile up," they shouted, while pulling out Coke cans and bottled water and charging towards the cops.
Just grab some missiles, bro! Grab some missiles!
No, we're not moving back.
The rest of the crowd were moved up Mare Street, and that's when everything started to go crazy. As the daylight robbery turned into midnight chaos, it became increasingly dangerous to be seen on the street with a camera or just without any bag of swag. We made our way to Kingsland Road though, where we heard that the local Turks had driven the rioters off by running down the street with blades and weapons.
The people coming with stick, everything, you know, the metal stick, everything, and you fight with these people, and these people run.
No, one of the guy from the group, he came to one of the guys, he said, we're not gonna touch any Turkish shop, and then after like 15 minutes, they just attacked one of the Turkish shop down there. That's why people run, you know, and kick them off. You see, not only for them shop, you know, they wanna protect for you guys as well.
You see, police never do that. Only Turkish boy keeping the area, understand me?
Yeah.
Really no good. We are helping.
Yeah.
Police attack me. Why?
The police
are? Yeah.
We don't want a problem, okay?
It will happen again
but
tomorrow?
if you make a problem,
I
we're gonna
think no.
fuck you, man.
I think no.
Şunu al şuradan ya. Şunu çeksene.
I think no.
You think that's it?
No, that's it. Because these people see
It's okay.
we are here and we stay here. We not go nowhere.